Okay, here we are in the Sefer of Yanuka, chapter 4 of the Pathways of Compassion. Let's go. Geulas Yisrael miMitzrayim haisa bekach shinigalu Yisrael bedatam v'yadu. Okay, so the redemption of Israel from Egypt, the ancient Israelites from ancient Egypt, was so much so it was here from the power we were redeemed from the power of our dat, from our wisdom. And we knew at the time of the redemption that in the shell, in the dark force of Egypt, like the physicality, the pleasure world, all these things that Egypt pitched and promoted, we knew there was no compassion and kindness. We knew it wasn't like a good system. Like we were like, there's no goodness in this system, in this ancient Egyptian system of how they live their lives. Because originally, Joseph and the whole generation he was in, remember, like Joseph was the first guy who was sold into slave in Egypt, and the brothers came down for food. Then they realized it's Joseph, second in power. Then they all moved to Egypt. When they all moved to Egypt, it was like revealed to all of Israel the difference between them and the Egyptians. Like we knew there was like a big difference. And it was known with the children of Israel. It was like very clear that there's a recognition and understanding between, like, they had a natural built-in attribute of mercy built into them and compassion, like these people of Israel. And they knew the difference between the midas ha'achzarios ha'tvua b'goyim, and they knew that there was this cruel natural spirit built into these Egyptian Gentiles around them. Like the Israelites knew that we're a hippy-dippy nation, we're full of love and peace. These guys are out here to get your money, get you to do drugs, and get you to like crash and go to Vegas and gamble and like sleep with a prostitute and get STDs and like, yeah, this is not the life. Like Israel knew that this is a big difference between us and their lifestyle. We don't do this stuff. Sorry to get so graphic before. I'm just saying, like America is like the same thing as Egypt. Like we're like, this is the land of the free and like the place where you could have joy and everything. It's like, bro, you set them up too much joy, they're gonna crash and burn. Not burning like the helly fires, just being like, there's no sustainability to the American chill. So because they knew the difference between them and the Egyptians, they were like very clear not to get mixed up with them, you know? It's like if you got a blow dryer and you're in the bathtub, you're like, guess what? Don't do that. Don't mix that blow dryer with the bathtub. It could be very dangerous. Don't toast a bagel while you're in the bath, next to the bath. Don't mix with the Egyptians. It was just as dangerous. But when Yosef and his entire generation finished, they weren't alive anymore. So too did the awareness and the knowledge that we had as Israelites, we lost that also. And then we started to go after and pick up and adopt the ways and the knowledge of the Egyptians more and more. So much so until the Israelites, you couldn't tell the difference between them and the Egyptians. We were on the same level. It's like you go to a football game or like a Mets game, you can't tell who the Jews are and who not the Jews. Oh, nowadays you kind of can. These guys have their own minion in a kosher food stand. I'm just talking about the baseball cap wearing guys who fit right in. Like, just on external experience and appearance, you're not going to even know the guy's Jewish. We blended in so much to the exile that we're in. And then the Israelites started to think, oh, the Egyptians have some good chesed and rachim, some good compassion and mercy. They're pretty good system. Let's get mixed in there because there's goodness within their society. And that all the plans to build big cities by the Israelites. Remember, the Israelites built the cities Pithom and Ramses. The Israelites built this stuff in Egypt. So the Israelites thought by building their cities for them that it would be good for the world and for Israel. They were like, let us develop it. It's like, yeah, it's similar. Maybe how many Jews own buildings in Manhattan and the real estate. The Jews were like, yeah, let's keep buying more buildings in Manhattan. Bro, with that money you just bought a building in Manhattan, you could have bought a whole farm in Israel and moved 300 people to a village over there. Could not get stuck in the exile and start thinking we're like serving the world by building up the exile. We have a land that we have to build. And obviously be compassionate towards the residents, the Arabic-speaking ones who are here, and the Druze ones, and all those ones. And because we thought we were benefiting the world by building up their cities, we started to go in the ways of the Egyptians. Ad shinish abdu tachtam. So much so until we became servants to the Egyptians. We were like, oh, these guys are great, let's serve them. Bro, you're going to end up becoming slaves. And that's what happened until we had to wake up and realize we're different than these people. We got to get the heck out of here. I hope we have a speedy exit from the exile. We all make it back to the homeland. But there will be a global commonwealth. The borders of Israel will spread throughout the whole world, not by military might, just because they're going to help free the world and bring technology and rightful and righteous governance to, and clean water and food systems and technology, telehealth, surgery from 3D printed machines from who knows? But I do know one thing. This was the end of this pathway. Can't wait for the next pathway. The pathway of the tzaddikim, of the righteous. I love you all so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And let's stick together, guys. We're plowing through this book. It's unbelievable. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to have all of you in my life and all the support over and out.